But you know who's really hot right now that doesn't have to go anywhere because people love the shit out of her? Greta Gerwig. Yes, Greta Gerwig. She's coming in hot for Chronicles of Narnia, apparently, is her new project coming up. Netflix has signed her on for 2 movies to direct Chronicles of Narnia. Now, they got these rights back in 2018, and they bought the rights Netflix for the series, the movies, all of that, and they've been just sitting on it for a while, waiting to make something, just waiting for the right people to get on board and create the best project for this, because Disney tried a couple times. They had the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe came out in 2005, then Prince Caspian, that came out in like 2008, and that one I think kind of tanked it a little bit because I saw that too, and it was the first one was much more memorable, much more aligned with the books, and then Fox released one too called The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, but I mean in 2010 I never saw that either. But and then we had Greta coming in though, like she is doing such a great job. She's very popular right now with Barbie movie coming out. People are talking about her, and it's like she's kind of a rising star, I think, for directors, especially female directors. And that's a huge franchise for Netflix to trust her with. But my question is, though, too, do we need a Narnia movie, though, honestly? Like, the first ones didn't do that well. Are we really need to dive back into Narnia? Do we need to go back in that wardrobe again? Or should it stay closed, locked up, throw that key away, and not come back? What do you think, Rachel? Are you about this? I know you're a big fan of her, so can she bring it back to life?
Love Greta. She can competently do it. I fully believe in her ability to do it. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. We do not need another Jesus allegory lion movie. They've made enough. We're done here. Pack it up, shove it in the wardrobe, and call it a day. Like,
keep it closed off. Yeah, I agree with you, Rachel. There's like no need for it, and of course they want a big director for this. They want to do well. They probably spent a lot of money on the rights for this, but like we've already tried it. It didn't work out that well. It was whatever. I mean, the best part of that whole movie, I think, was Professor X, McAvoy. McAvoy was so good in there. McAvoy, right?
Yeah, he was shirtless with a scarf on. That's a look that I try to rock these days.
Mike, what do you think about this? Is it a good idea to come back into Narnia? Do you think that she should be directing this, or do you think that she should look for a different project that's a little bit fresher and not diving into a cabinet and being lost all over again?
Brian, I read all those C.S. Lewis books. I read Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I read Aslan and the Angry Inch. I read all of them. I think that no, you guys are both absolutely right. Like, why back to Narnia? I guess Sabrina we don't have today. Sabrina, if you're watching out there somewhere, they're desperate for IP. They want fantasy IP, but also fans don't want new fantasy IP. Fans want more of the same fantasy IP, I guess.
But do they? Do kids today give a fuck about anything Narnia? C.S. Lewis?
About Jesus Lions?
About Jesus Lions? Do they care?
I like the other movies just because, the first one was way more memorable. The other two, like, it's just more of an excuse for special effects.
Right, but that's more for our generation. Right? But do kids, do the 16 and under crowd give a fuck
whatsoever?
Like,
that's probably not. I
probably not.
At some point, Brian, you got to bring on the. There was that cartoon from probably the early '70s where they like shaved Aslan bare on like I don't even remember what do you call the thing you make sacrifices on?
A sacrificial table?
Yeah, sacrificial
altar?
They shaved him bare, an altar. Thank you. And there's all these creepy goblins dancing around. I was like, they used to put this on TV. Like,
yeah, that was the thing.
Totally formative.
The 80s were a different time.
A different time. Yeah, even BSP out there in the chat's like, no thanks. Nobody wants this.
That was a different time. A little more readily at that time. I'm with Rachel. Like, yeah, Greta Gerwig is great. I went back and watched Greenberg actually recently, her first directorial effort, and I was like,
yeah,
wow, you can tell Greta Gerwig, she is a California girl, like through and through. And I think that she has a lot of sensibilities visually and culturally that come through.
If you make Lion Witch in the Wardrobe like California girly pop, I'll watch it.
They might give her. You never know.
She's not.
You never know.
So well, I guess she was involved with Barbie movie though too, wasn't she?
Yeah,
So
a little bit.
I don't tend to
Just a little
think of Greta Gerwig as poppy. I tend to think of her as having a sensitive touch. So when I think of, okay, if you're going to bring Narnia back to life with a sensitive, poppy California touch, does that sound good to you, Rachel? Like that sounds good to me.
No. It's still a Jesus story at its roots.
Yeah.
I'm so over it. Like it's so overdone, honestly.